Almost 6:15 this morning. We'll take you to sweet home Chicago, where it is, I don't know what you want to say, frigid. Probably blustery doesn't do it justice. It is downright freezing. We're not just talking about zero. We're way below zero.
Yeah, way below zero. The temperature there this morning, -20. The wind chill, get this, just coming in now at -51 degrees.
Ooh.
It's hard to imagine. And you can see the river right there, totally frozen over. And I'm amazed there are people on the streets this morning.
And we're getting close. You'd be surprised. The record low in Chicago is -27, set back in 1985. They got very, very close to that, and we know that we're not out of this polar vortex just yet, so we'll see what tomorrow and the next day brings.
Yeah, all right, we'll send it over to Nate for a little bit more to continue our coverage of this freezing.
That's right. All right, thank you, Danny. Yeah, this morning, so Wisconsin is also, of course, caught in this deep freeze. Residents statewide and in neighboring states are bracing for the coldest weather since the mid-1990s. So we have meteorologist Phil DeCastro with our sister station at Fox 11 in Green Bay. He's just joining us live. Phil, we know it's terribly cold out there this morning. That's what you're dealing with right now. But you also started this week with some significant snow. So how much snow did you get before the cold settled in there?
Well, you know, much of this winter was actually very, very mild. We didn't get a lot of snow in December. We didn't get much snow through the first half of January. Now, within the last week, we've seen two storms give us about 10 inches of snow each, some spots getting even more than that. The most recent one just this past Monday, we got 9.7 inches here in Green Bay. And now the deep Arctic freeze has settled in. The last time I checked the temperature right here in Green Bay, 19 degrees below zero. The wind chill, 47 degrees below zero. At that point in time, any exposed skin will suffer the symptoms of frostbite in less than 5 minutes. And as a result of this cold, which is truly dangerous cold, the governor of the state has declared a state of emergency, which activates the National Guard and ups patrols to help other municipalities as well.
Well, Phil, I know the cold is the story, but you started the week with significant snow. Just how much did you say came down again?
10 inches.
10 inches.
Yeah. How about utilities? There are lots of reports of any freezing pipes, or what does public city works do to keep the city running?
Well, when it comes to those pipes, you know, it's an ongoing thing when it comes to the city upgrading the water mains and things like that. Thankfully, because this winter really hasn't been too cold, what you really need to see is this deep freeze last for a long period of time. And most of this winter really hasn't been too terrible until the last week or so. So the ground frost probably not down low enough to get to those pipes, which I think are in general about 6 feet below the surface. But if this cold does stick around for a very long period of time, that can certainly be an issue. A couple winters ago, we had tons of water main breaks across the area because even though it wasn't quite as cold as it is right now on individual basis day to day, it was colder for a longer period of time. So could be a concern if it lasts, but right at this very moment, I don't think they're too worried about the water mains.
Yeah, and part of that good news there, Phil, I mean, one piece of good news here, this does seem like it's going to be short-lived. We're talking about a weekend warm-up, as we're going to call it. What's expected in the next few days?
Yeah, warm-up is a relative term when you're talking about a high of -8 today and a high of -5 tomorrow. Those wind chill warnings in effect until tomorrow. But by the time we get to Saturday and Sunday, we're talking highs in the 30s. So I'm thinking about digging out the flip-flops again. You never know. We'll see.
Glad you were able to keep a good spirit, still make some fun or a joke out of a very serious situation. So we are thinking of you there from Boise. Do your best to stay warm.